This morning I got a text from somebody asking me at knowing, is there something wrong with living together before you're married? And then she added, biblically. So the question is that, is there something wrong to live together before you're married, biblically? I asked my wife what she thought. She did not like the idea at all.
I think that when people live together before marriage, often the same commitment level isn't there. They might want to move in and see if it works, and then if it doesn't work, they can always move out again. So I really like marriage because then you have your full commitment and you give it your best, you give it your 100%, and sometimes living together, you just give it a try, and sometimes giving it a try doesn't really work.
Her reason, number one, it's like she doesn't like the idea of test driving somebody before you marry them. It gives her the notion that people are disposable. Number two, she is not happy with the idea of a lack of commitment. In her view, people who live together are not committed to one another. I'm not sure if she's right or wrong, but my question to you is, what do you think? Is it okay for people to live together before they get married?
Well, I don't think living together before marriage is wrong. It's just that people tend to change when you start living with each other. So getting to know all their ins and outs, their habits, it's beneficial to make sure you know that that marriage will last in the long run.
If you're non-religious, then yes. If you are religious, then it should be fine, as long as you are abiding to the laws.
I think it is an amazing idea because you get to know the person, you get to experience the day-to-day life crisis, and you get to create a stronger bond before the marriage.
Yeah, I think living together before marriage is a great idea. I think you get to know somebody on a more intimate level before making that final commitment to be with them forever.
Do I think that living together before marriage is okay? Of course I do. In fact, I've lived with my boyfriend for over 2 years, and I mean, we're not married yet. I think that it's really important actually to do, because that way you get to learn people's habits, how they do things, because I've seen certain habits actually wreck relationships if people, you know, are wonderful and lovely when you're first dating, and then suddenly you end up in the same house and there's dishes everywhere and they don't cook, they don't clean, and they don't fold their laundry, and the bed is always a mess. So I think that getting to know that side of your partner is very important before you get married.
Thank you so much for all your input into this topic. It is really, really, really great. And now from all the interviews, we learn now that one of the reasons that people live together before marriage is that they want to get to know each other, because there is no other context that is satisfying that. So being together, they're able to create an environment for learning and seeking understanding about each other. That's honorable in that. And the second thing that we notice also about the whole topic of living together is that there is also a fear that being together before marriage will somehow, one way or the other, actually it could be seen as a test driving just like you test driving a car. And so many people are frustrated, and from, for example, a Christian perspective or another religious perspective in general, this is something that is not recommended, and they think that a person who just move in don't do themselves a favor. However, the question whether biblically is something that is accepted or not is that really the clarity in the Bible is that marriage is to be honored. And so people need to honor marriage, whatever it is, and to honor each other. However, the question of living together, there is no clear-cut answer as per se, because just like as in the Bible, is it acceptable to have polygamy? You know, we do know people live in polygamy as well. And so when you look at how do you reconcile all these things, but at the end of the day, my question is, what is important to you? And number two, how do you create an environment that is safe for you to be and become the best version of yourself? How do you create a relationship that is healthy, that is helpful? Now, in terms of the specific about this particular course, I would like to talk a little bit more about that in the upcoming days and in upcoming videos, and to offer you the clearest perspective. For example, just a clue, by the way, I believe that anyone who lives together with someone, you're already married. That's my perspective. You don't have to like it, don't have to agree with it. Anyways, I like to see your agreement or your disagreement, but I think anybody, if you move in someone, I just consider you as married. I see people who have been living together for 30 years. To me, I consider them as married. Some people, they move in, they have been there together for 2 years. Some marriages don't even last that long. I'm calling them marriage. So at the end of it, whether the law may call it common law marriages, a marriage is a marriage is a marriage. It may not have been sacramentally blessed, but people who are living together are enjoying all the things that a married couple enjoy. So if it looks like a duck, smell like a duck, talk like a duck, quack like a duck, I think it might be one. So that's my thought, beginning thought anyways. Let's hear from you, some of your thoughts, and thank you for your time.